there, football fans. Here we are, Super Bowl Sunday. You knew I wasn't going to forget you, right? You knew I was going to get a video in here before the Super Bowl. Right here under the line, though, getting it in right in just a few hours before kickoff. But very excited for this Super Bowl as the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take on the San Francisco 49ers. I like to call them the 40-winers. That's what my family likes to call them. Anyway, the 49ers. I have a ton of friends and family that are 49er fans. And I know they're excited for the Super Bowl as well. I want to do a shout out to one of my best friends, Christopher Hansen. He's a big time Chiefs fan. I know I got other friends that are Chiefs fans as well, but Chris is the closest friend I have that I know is a massive Chiefs fan. So I know he's super excited for this Super Bowl. So shout out to you, Chris. Okay, let's get things kicked off this week. A couple of topics I want to talk about. Let me start off first before I get into the breakdown there. Of the two games. A couple of weeks past the AFC and NFC championship games, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on breakdowns after being so many weeks past, but I did want to point out one thing I noticed in particular in the Chiefs game versus the Tennessee Titans. And the Chiefs game versus the Tennessee Titans, and something I've talked about multiple times on this channel ad nauseum, most of you would say, is the running versus pocket passing quarterback. Now, the quarterback I'm going to talk about, Ryan Tannehill, isn't really a running quarterback. He is a mobile quarterback. He has been known to have the athleticism. But when I talk about teams that win Super Bowls, are those guys that have the superb arm talent quarterbacks that can drive you down the length of the field. And that game came down to it, and I even pointed it out as we were watching the game that weekend. I said, here we go, Ryan Tannehill. This is what separates the real quarterbacks from the ones that just make it. And when the ball was in his hands and he had a chance to do a drive at the end of that game to help him out, couldn't do it. He couldn't make the throws, couldn't get him down the field. So with that being said, I do want to come on here and congratulate the league MVP, Lamar Jackson. Fantastic season, fantastic statistics that young man put up. What a wonderful running season, beating Michael Vick out with his record for rushing as a quarterback. Outstanding season for Lamar Jackson. And I do want to give him his congratulations. But I wanted to point out that I've got some statistics I am going to talk about a little bit later as it pertains to that. Well, actually, let's just get to that right now. So I'm going to give you some quarterbacks to compare. And I pulled some statistics, so I've got some statistics here that I'm going to read off of. And I'm going to give you these statistics blindly, okay? And I'm going to give you 4 different quarterbacks, okay? 4 different quarterbacks. Quarterback 1, quarterback 2, quarterback 3, and quarterback 4. And I'm going to give you a sack total for these quarterbacks, okay? So quarterback one has a career total number of sacks of 358. Quarterback number 2 has career sack total of 516. Quarterback number 3 has a career sack total of 483. And quarterback number 4 has a career sack total of 270. So let me give you those again. 358 career sacks, 516 career sacks, 483 career sacks, and 270 career sacks. Now, all those quarterbacks played 15 to 17 seasons. So really, the one with 358 sacks played 15 seasons. The ones that played 516 and 483 were 16 seasons, and the guy that played 17 seasons had 270 sacks. So quarterback number 4 took the least amount of sacks of all of them. So when you talk about quarterbacks that take sacks, which style of quarterback would you say takes the most sacks? Would you say it's the statuesque pocket passing quarterback? Now let me ask you, when you're thinking of these kind of quarterbacks back in the history of NFL, think of some of these quarterbacks that do not run well. These quarterbacks that are just statues in the pocket. One that I think some of you might think of is Dan Marino, right? Okay, so Dan Marino, a statue quarterback. Dan Marino was quarterback number 4 in my example. So over his 17-year career, 270 sacks for a quarterback who is known for his inability to get out of the pocket. The other quarterbacks that I gave you on this list were Steve Young with 358 sacks. The 516 sacks is John Elway. And the 483 sacks is Fran Tarkenton. So Steve Young and Fran Tarkenton, widely known as running quarterbacks. John Elway, known as a very mobile quarterback himself, has the most sacks on this list. As a matter of fact, his is almost double the amount of sacks that Dan Marino took over his career. So this running quarterback versus sticking in the pocket, these pocket passing quarterbacks acting like they're just sitting ducks. No, just another point I wanted to make there. But I want to move on to my next point by giving you some statistics. And I'm not trying to bore you all with statistics. I'm using these statistics to prove my point. Because a lot of times we go with these guts. Oh, the gut reactions, the gut reactions. So this next one I'm going to do, this next example, I don't want to give you any quarterback names because I don't want to ruin my point here. But let me go ahead and give you, these are three quarterbacks. We're going to call them quarterback A, quarterback B, and quarterback C. And I'm going to give you some more statistics. If you're so inclined to do so, feel free to write these down and cross-reference them later on and double-check me. But I know that these numbers, I did research this. Quarterback A, his career total yards in passing, 33,124. Quarterback B threw for 51,475 yards. And quarterback C threw for 57,023 yards. Let me give you those again. Quarterback A, 33,124. Quarterback B, 51,475, and quarterback C, 57,023. Okay? Now I'm going to give you touchdown totals for those. Quarterback A, over his career, threw for 232 touchdown passes. Quarterback B threw for 300 touchdown passes. And quarterback C threw for 366 touchdown passes. Okay? So 232 for A, 300 for B, 366 for quarterback C. Now I'm going to give you the quarterback ratings, career quarterback ratings. Quarterback A, 96.8, very good career quarterback rating. Quarterback B, 79.9, 79.9 career quarterback rating. Not very, very impressive there. And quarterback C, 84.1. Quarterback C right there in the middle. Okay, so that's A, B, and C. I'm going to tell you another thing. Two of these quarterbacks are in the Hall of Fame. Can you guess which of the two you might think are? It's quarterback A and quarterback B. So quarterback A and quarterback B in the Hall of Fame. All these three quarterbacks, by the way, their careers were, like I said, in that same 15 to 16 year mark. So very similar years in statistics. Quarterback C, like I said, over 6,000 yards passing more than either one of the other two. 66 touchdowns more than the next guy of those other two. And his rating, almost 5 points, or at least around 4 points, more than the other guy. So let me give you these quarterbacks. Quarterback A is Steve Young. Quarterback B is John Elway. John Elway's career rating is 79.9. And he threw for 300 touchdown passes, John Elway. Quarterback C is Eli Manning. Eli Manning has thrown for more yards than Steve Young and John Elway, threw for more touchdowns than Steve Young and John Elway. He has a higher quarterback rating. Steve Young beat him in the quarterback rating, but my point was John Elway, 79.9 career rating, Eli Manning, 84.1. How many Super Bowls did Steve Young win? 1 Super Bowl. How many Super Bowls did we see out of John Elway? 2. How many Super Bowls did Eli Manning win? 2. So all these debates I'm hearing about Eli Manning isn't a Hall of Fame quarterback, I don't want to hear it. I don't like Eli Manning. I have never liked Eli Manning. I'm a massive Peyton Manning fan. Named one of my sons after Peyton Manning. Eli, I never liked the way he came into the league. But anybody who wants to debate that guy is not a Hall of Fame quarterback is out of their mind. The guy has the numbers, he's got the rings, and he has the longevity with the organization, and he was a significant contributor in the NFL over the past 16 seasons. So let's stop with that. The proof is in the pudding. Eli Manning deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. The reason people don't think he is because they think he's boring, he's dopey, he's unathletic, they think he's not flashy. But I'm giving you the numbers, and I have heard people say that John Elway is the best quarterback of all. Some people think John Elway arguably is one of the best, if not the best quarterback of all time. his numbers pale in comparison to Eli Manning. So there you go. Let's go ahead and get on down to a breakdown of the Super Bowl, will we? Thank you for going through my statistics with me. But breaking down for the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers. So you got a matchup of a high-powered offense, Andy Reid offense, Pat Mahomes, able to throw anywhere on that field. Pat Mahomes using his legs as well. But you also have the other side on their ball playing defense so much better than it had in past seasons, and they've improved as the season has gone on. Their defense is really the reason they're where they are what they are right now. They've gotten to the Super Bowl because of an up-tempo improved defense. Tyrann Mathieu and Chris Jones coming back was a huge thing for that defense in the AFC Championship game. The San Francisco 49ers on the other side, great running game, very sound coached team. Shanahan has been very impressive. He's bringing back the running offensive scheme that his dad made famous back in the 2000s. And the defense, very, very aggressive, fly to the ball. So you got very good matchup, in my opinion, here with the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I never have liked the 49ers. I'll take that back. I did like Joe Montana way back in the day. And one of the reasons I disliked the 49ers is because they let him go. And I didn't like that. But anyway, so here we are with this Super Bowl. I'm definitely rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs. I've wanted everything in my mind, in my gut, to try to pick the Kansas City Chiefs in this Super Bowl. But I honestly feel like my pick is going to be the San Francisco 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. And the reason I say that is because I feel like the defense is going to be able to do enough to slow down the offense. Now, that being said, I've told you before, the inexperience of the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. So I'm kind of sitting here, and the reason I've gone back and forth on this is that I really don't know that Garoppolo is going to be able to take this team down the field if it's in a close game. But I feel like the 49ers are going to dominate the ball in this one, and they're going to put so much pressure on Pat that they're going to make it difficult for Pat to be able to get some of those amazing down-the-field passes that he does when he hits Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce will be a key for the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Chiefs are to win, the shorter intermediate game, I think, is where they're going to find it. If he can stay healthy in the game and moving the chains for him. The running game, if the Chiefs can get Damian Williams going as well and get that pressure off of Mahomes, that's a good chance. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, obviously, the Chiefs can win. I'm full-blown rooting there. But I do say I'm going to pick the San Francisco 49ers in this one. So sorry, rooting heavily for the Kansas City Chiefs, but my pick is San Francisco 49ers, unfortunately. Okay, going to wrap up with one last topic this week, and it's not going to be about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's not talk about the Cowboys. Season's over, right? They're already in off-season mode, and I'll talk about them in the future. I'm going to talk about one last topic, and it's a guy named Darren Waller. If you don't know Darren Waller and Darren Waller's story, this is a guy that's the tight end for the Oakland Raiders, soon to be Las Vegas Raiders. Darren Waller is a guy that had all the talent in the world in previous seasons. Very talented, big, fast, good hands, tight end, athletic guy. And he got into trouble, got into drugs, got into problems off the field, and really went into a turmoil. Bounced around a couple of squads, ended up being released, and was actually working, stocking shelves, I believe, at a Sprouts is where it went for him. So he was out of football for a while. This guy turned his life around and made his way back to the NFL, is clean, sober, has a great mindset. I watched Hard Knocks before the season began. And the reason I wanted to start off with this is one of the very first topics I talked about on this channel at the beginning of the season was Antonio Brown. He was one of the very first topics. I think he may have been the first topic I talked about to kick off my channel. So I thought it was a fitting thing to wrap up the season, talking also about Antonio Brown. I'm embarrassed about Antonio Brown. I've never been an Antonio Brown fan. But my point with this story is people are rooting for Darren Waller. They're fans of Darren Waller. So America, we love to see stars crumble. And I know that we do go on and the media and us as fans, we will just bear down on people in the limelight when they falter. And we love to chastise people. And sometimes deservedly so. And Antonio Brown definitely has brought on everything that, he's brought it on upon himself. So I'm not trying to cry and make him the big victim. But my point is, if that man will get the help that he needs, Antonio Brown, and I hope he does. I pray that he gets the help he needs. I feel like he needs mental assistance and help. If he can do that, what a story it would be to see him turn his life around and get back onto the football field and do good things and be a good teammate. So I'm pulling for Antonio Brown. I really am. I want there to be stories. We like to see stories of people that turn their lives around and make it, despite the bad decisions that they've made in the past. So that's what I'm going to finish with on the season. Getting ready for the Super Bowl here in a couple hours. Looking forward to it. As I said, go Pat, go Chiefs. All of Lubbock, massively supporting the Chiefs. Mahomes, our boy here from Texas Tech, we love him out here. You guys are seeing it. We're excited to see how people now we're sharing Pat with the world as it is, and people are seeing the great kid that he is off the field, and he's an easy guy to root for as well. So thank you for the season. Thank you for those of you that tune in each and every week. I've got some really good fans on this channel. Let me know your comments on how you felt the season went, if you liked my channel, if there's suggestions of things you want to see. I love constructive criticism, so please give me constructive criticism on ways you think I can better this channel for next season if I'm able to do it again. And thank you again. I really appreciate all the likes. If you like what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. If you think I'm full of crap, give me a thumbs down. And I hope that you have a blessed Super Bowl Sunday and a great off season. Talk to you later.